Would you love to deepen your spiritual connection and create a conscious shift in your life? Do you seek answers to the human experience? Welcome to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, a 2-hour safe haven for your questions and Spirit's answers to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. Spiritually Speaking with Sarah is presented by the Expedito Enlightenment Center in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. For the next 2 hours, listen, call in, and watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope, and share love and light.
yes, indeed, there is a light right here on WWNN 1470 AM, 96.9 FM, and 95.3 FM. I am just so excited to be connecting with all of you here across the nation and answering your questions, because tonight it is all about you. It is our 580th live show on national radio, connecting to all of you. And this is consistently over the years. We are approaching our 12-year anniversary, and, well, I don't know what kind of party we're going to have, but we're going to have to come up with whoop, whoop, some kind of party, because we've got to celebrate all of you, and we're going to ramp up to that energy of celebrating each one of you and your participation. This is about your questions and Spirit's answers, always has been. And what we're going to do is every week we're going to focus on some topics that are really important for us to notice as we kind of come into what will soon be, get ready, drum roll please, the second half of 2021. So as we put our foot upon the spring and we spring forward, we're going to give you some topics to get you on track and to help you move forward in a way that will fill your heart with joy and help you make a better choice in your life for more fulfilled living. Thank you, everyone who took a part in our class last night. We definitely had the universe show us the money, and we had a really wonderful group, and we had a great experience. And if you want to know more about my upcoming classes, we'll be talking about them in just a little bit. In the meantime, you can always visit sarahspiritual.com. So how has this year been for you? What have you done for yourself lately? Are you getting yourself back in a rhythm that works for you? Are you still feeling a little disjointed? Well, now's the time. Now's the time for you to really embrace the aspects that you want to shift and change. But for many of us, we need to redefine ourselves. We cannot live things the way we wanted to live them as we did in the past. So there'll be things in your life that you want to do, you can't quite do just yet. Things are not in a rhythm. I don't even want to use the word back to normal. I don't want to say that. I just want you all to understand that you have to find your place in this experience. And in finding your place in this experience, you can do anything. And the joy in that is remembering who you are. What makes your heart sing? How can you attract experiences that are going to make you happy? Focusing on what you want. Focusing on how it feels. And doing some goal setting. And if you did not do a vision board at the beginning of the year, we even touched upon that last night in class. It's a good idea to have a vision board, to see the vision of what you desire just because, and to trust that the universe is going to support you. When you talk about changes in life, you never know what change is going to be the change that really turns everything around. So often we, in a way of hesitation, just change the simple things, the things that we feel are in our control, and the things that we can tolerate, the things that are in the safe zone. But every once in a while, you've got to just do something really different to change up the energy and the environment of where you are. So how many of you want to make a change in your life and you've been working on baby steps, but you still feel stuck, still feel stagnant, you still don't feel as if you are where you want to be? Well, in this moment in time, you can create a new beginning for yourself. You have to look at where your courage is. You see, change requires courage, and courage comes from the ability for you to know who you are and to remember that no matter what you do, you are enough and you are safe. And that you can move forward in the joy of a choice. But we have to be courageous, and feel that energy. So to embrace the feeling of being courageous, we have to think back to the time where we really felt things weren't going to work out. You know, that moment when maybe you lost your job and didn't know what you were going to do, or maybe that relationship that didn't work. Maybe it was something unforeseen in the family, and it really felt like catastrophic, or was such a change and so unpredictable that you didn't really know if you were going to be all right. But somewhere deep inside, the resilience within you, the resourcefulness within you, was able to make the change. We all have that within. Some of us don't believe that we can do it. We don't believe it's possible to make a change. But change begins by choice. So what do you choose to do to execute your change? What's that saying? To keep doing the same thing and expect a different result is insanity. Well, I think a lot of us are certifiably insane then, because we say we want things to change, but then we keep showing up to the same job, staying the same routine, the same relationship, the same house, and we keep showing up for circumstances and conditions and situations that don't please us. But we say we want to change. We say we want a different way. Well, this is your time to make some big changes. Over the next couple of weeks, there's a full throttle push to get you on track for what you want and to design something that is unique unto you. So what is it going to be? How do you get from here to there? Focusing your energy and your intention on the vision of the completion of a desire, and not losing yourself in the technicalities, the hows, the wheres, the whens. I remember when I was making a shift in my career, I didn't really know how I was going to make this shift, because I didn't really know where I wanted to go from one role to another. And I had to dig deep inside and ask myself some serious questions. And one of them was, what about what I was currently doing didn't suit my fancy? Didn't make me feel happy? Didn't make me feel as if when I envisioned my life 30 years from that moment, that would be what I wanted to do. I couldn't see myself doing that. And it's interesting because the business that it was, the job that it was, a role that it was, a career path that I originally started on was in the restaurant business. My other career, because I don't know too many performers that are not somehow associated with the restaurant business, but my other career was show business, and we all know that that can be spotty at best. So I was raised in the restaurant industry. So to me, being in the restaurant business was in my blood. I could handle anything. I just knew what to do. But when I fast forwarded my life a few years from where I was, and then I fast forwarded another 20 or 30 years, and this is from the age of 20, I sat there and said, well, I don't want to be doing that. And I had this vision of just waiting tables and talking to people, and that would be all there would be. And I didn't really see where it would go. Oh, yes, I could have a successful restaurant. Yes, I could do different things in the restaurant business, but I didn't really see it. But I knew I was good at it. It was in my blood. I grew up around it. I could do anything. But I had to step out of the routine of what was familiar. And when you're in the restaurant business, the best part of that is you don't have to wait 2 weeks to get your paycheck. You leave with money that day. And that's a hard thing to give up. That's an instant rush. It's also not a hard thing to give up when you wait a few tables or you do some work in a restaurant and then you don't have any money for a couple of days because it was slow. But for the most part, there was always cash. And I thought, wow, how do you give that up and sit doing something and get a paycheck? So I had to step out on a limb. And I decided that I wanted to sell. Because to me, restaurants is sharing food, sharing an experience, and selling the experience and selling the food. So when we have specials and someone asked me to talk about the specials, that was very easy for me to do. I knew what was in the food. I saw the chef prepare it. I had an energy about it that I could share with people. So I would talk about it. So based on that, I decided I was going to be in sales. And the kind of sales I decided to go in, which was kind of off as far as an upward trend initially, because there was no paycheck. At least here in the restaurant business, they pay a couple dollars an hour. You wait some tables. You come home with cash. But I was going to go from that to a commission-based only gig. You want to see a Greek man, that would be my father, lose his mind? He thought I was nuts. But there was something that told me this is the place to go. This is long before I was spiritual, and this is why I say this to you and everyone listening, because some of us are really aligned with knowing what we know, and others just have this feeling, and you've learned to go with it, and you don't chalk it up to being psychic or spiritual or anything other than just feeling a feeling and going for it. So at the time, I was feeling a feeling, didn't know there was a science to feeling a feeling and going for it, but this is what I decided to do. And it seemed to have the flexibility that I needed to be in show business and to continue my singing. And also, later on down the road, at many events, it gave me the perfect platform to perform. But I didn't know that when I started. So I went from a regular gig to choosing this business of sales. And the interesting thing is that from the moment that I put my foot on that path, something changed. I felt free. I didn't have someone telling me that I had to come in at 4 and fill ketchup bottles, or the bus boy didn't come in, so I'm going to have to clear the tables, or when I was doing something gigs for my father, that I was going to have to be the hostess, and then the other one didn't come, so I was going to have to work a double shift. I was really running my own story. And there was something about that that appealed to me. And I'm sure many of you can relate to the confinements of a role at work and what the limitations are there. But, not everybody is really able to sell. And believe you me, I didn't know I was going to sell very well, but I had this sense, this understanding that I really liked what I was about to sell. It was makeup. Heck, I can do that. And I could transfer the joy of the makeup. And then there was an aspect of the business that let me show people what I did and teach them how to sell so that they could sell as well. And so it gave me an opportunity to try that. And within 3 months, I was already on track to, and the company I'm talking about is Mary Kay Cosmetics, I was already on track to win a free car, just like that. My father thought I was crazy, but I was on my way to win a car, and I was teaching other people how to do the same thing. And that was just by a feeling, a chance. And I was a part of Mary Kay Cosmetics, won 9 cars in 10 years during the 10-year time I was with them, and grew to be a senior sales director, head director underneath me. I trained a lot of people. But isn't it interesting that the minute I took myself out of a role that was conditioned, the role of what was expected of me. I was the daughter of a restaurateur, a business owner, a country club manager. These were my father's energies, right? And I grew up under that very safe umbrella. And to him, of course, I don't know what he'd be saying now during our pandemic time, but he would always say, well, people got to eat, and they're going to go out, and they're going to get food. And no matter what's going on, people will always want to go out and have that break. So no matter what the economy is doing, as long as you have a good restaurant, people will come. I don't know that that really translated during this 2020 time, but I do know for all the years of his life and all this time, I have seen it be a great translatable, solid income for people as long as you built a good business. But what I'm explaining to you all now is that in this moment where you're looking to make a change, why are you where you are now, feeling like you want to change? What is it that you want to shift? Are you where you are because that was what was expected of you, or that was the logical thing to do, or the right thing to do? Are you showing up because you need to prove something to yourself or someone else? Are you living your life? Or are you living the shadow of someone else's expectations, or your true authentic self. Now, little did I know through this journey of Mary Kay, the tools that I would learn, how to assist people on their journey, how to help them sell makeup and help them share the experience and teach others to do what they do. Little did I know that that was my first spiritual gig. But it wasn't spiritual, it was tangible and tactical and transformable. It was makeup. It was skincare. And there was a prize, a tangible prize at the end of the rainbow. And let me tell you, when you sit in a pink Cadillac that you're not paying for, you get over the fact that it's pink real quick. And you drive yourself around knowing that you have a trophy on wheels. And so no longer was I in the shadow of the expectations, but I was shining my headlights to my future and following the road of the guidance that I was receiving, even when I didn't realize it was a spiritual journey at the time. And that platform of those sales techniques would be transferable to a corporate arena that would qualify me to be a candidate for big ticket items, not just a $10 lipstick, but $16 million, $20 million contracts. That's quite a jump. So wherever you are in your life, since tonight's all about you, I want you to take a good look at where you are and notice what's not working. And then ask yourself the question, accepting responsibility for why you are where you are. What choices did I make that have brought me here? And am I happy for the choices that I've made? And can I get excited about a change? Can I be enthusiastic about shifting this? And what would that look like and feel like? Because if you're doing what is expected of you, then eventually, I promise you, it's going to catch up with you. And to this day, I have the fondest memories of being in the restaurant business because I had the best times. And I can still hold that wonderful vision, first of all, because it yielded us the roof over our head and provided for the family that my father created, right? But I left before I got tarnished by my own resentment of holding on to something that wasn't my dream. Whose dream are you living? And what are you willing to do in this 2021 to change and really listen to the prompting of your angels, your guides, and your ancestors? They have paved the way so that you would have freedom. Freedom of choice, freedom to be joyful, freedom to be authentically you. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to come back to the phone lines at 888-565-1470. We're taking your questions on Facebook and on YouTube, and we are going to navigate this all about you together. So stay with us, everyone. Don't go away. You know, we're going to be right back. I've been standing in the room.
Have you ever felt alone, sensing something more is around you, but are unsure how to connect? Do you wonder if your loved ones who are deceased are among you? Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium who can connect you with your loved ones, spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. For Sarah, life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. To contact Sarah for a personal reading, call 561-682-0956 or send an email to Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can also visit www.sarahspiritual.com for more information. That's 561-682-0956 or sarahspiritual.com. Let Spirit and Sarah raise you up.
For the most extensive multicultural array of spiritual products, classes, and healing services in a comfortable and convenient setting, you must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in the Habitat Plaza in West Palm Beach. There you'll find the products, services, and spiritual development classes to help you bridge the gap between you and your spiritual connection. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Habitat Plaza, West Palm Beach. Call them at 561-682-0955 or online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. For yourself or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in the Habitat Plaza, Okeechobee Boulevard, West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit them on the web at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah and be in the energy of light. Call Sarah Spiritual now, toll free, worldwide, 1-888-565-1470. 1-888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, or Periscope.
WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, and 96.9. And we're answering your questions all across the nation at 888-565-1470. Before we get to the phone lines, we're going to pop on some events we've got coming up. We're going to try to do them in order. We've got a class on Thursday for soul contracts. Do you want to know what your agreement is, the reason why you're here, and how you're going to navigate the soul contracts? We're going to have to go back a slide there. Soul contract is on the 8th of April, and we do hope you join us. That class is going to be full of information and is really going to teach you a thing or two on how to cut those cords of entanglements of experiences that no longer serve you. We are going to be working with you, and that is going to be available online. We aren't quite back in the center for live classes. We are at our center in West Palm Beach for in-person sessions, and of course our products are available and all of our wonderful goodies at our very full spiritual center. And then we've got another class coming up on the 12th. You want to learn how to howl at the moon and do some moon magic and learn how to utilize the energy of the moon for some manifestation. Well, we're going to have a new moon ceremony, and we are also going to teach you the tricks and the little tips about working with the moon and how the moon's energy impacts your manifestation, your creation, your moods, and how you can utilize and harness the power of the moon to navigate life and have a wonderful life. And we're going to go to the phone lines, and then we'll be back with some of the other things we've got coming up. And we are going to go to Hollandale. I've got Joey on the line. Let's see what's going on. Joey, how are you tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. I like to hear your Mary Kay story because I used to be Tupper Joe.
Ah, Tupper Joe, yes. So, Joey, what is your question?
Okay, I actually would like to say, ask about how to take my career to the next level and what's going on with my love life, because I seem to keep getting messages from other psychics, but I trust you the most.
You know, the love life doesn't seem to be moving in the direction of something permanent and consistent at this time. I just don't feel like we've got the right person in our energy yet. Love is coming. It is going to work for you, but it's just something that is a little slowed up. And by slowed up, I mean they're getting ready while you're getting ready. And you may feel like you're a little more ready than your partner is. If you're getting that sense, they're navigating their changes that will bring them in a place where it's possible for the two of you to make the connection, and they're just not there yet. So they'll be coming around the mountain when they come. So they're coming, but I just don't have a timeline because it feels like something in the shift of energy kind of derailed the person's progress. Now, of course, there's never just one person. There are always choices. But the person that I feel that would be the right vibrational match just is not on track with a destination meeting, but it is
Okay.
coming for you. So you want to trust that they're getting ready to be ready, and you have to sit and wait in grateful anticipation. And, as far
Okay.
as career, it's something that you have to diligently work at and show up for and follow the nudge and the promptings of what to do next for yourself. And as you make those choices, Joey, I want you to just be very much aware of making the choices that not only fill your soul, but elevate you to the next challenge. Because for you, you always have to be challenged. It's important for you to stay on your toes and to learn something new through the experience. And so what is the next challenge for you? And what's the next aspect of your career that you want to delve into to really kind of connect all the pieces for you? And I know we like Florida, but there's a part of me that thinks there may be someplace else for you other than Florida. So if you're ever feeling this pull like, I gotta go, there's something else for me in this world, there's something else for me, another place in this country, it's very possible that a move may come. And this may be in connection with partnership.
Okay.
So this is something that we will have unfold in the time that comes. But this is your year of power. This is your year of feeling. Self-care is very important. Unconditional love
Right.
of self, unconditional love of others, and then also brings in the form of love. And I do feel like this year is a year of love. It's just timing is seemingly
Okay.
slow churning, but it's coming.
Yeah.
Thank
Well,
you.
I actually kind of feel in my heart like I need to manifest an appointment with you to go more. I like my yearly checkup.
Well, then we will
But
do a yearly checkup when it's time for you.
but a couple of readers told me, "Oh no, you're ready for partnership. You're not being welcoming, love enough." I go, I don't think that's true. Unfortunately, what happens is that many readers don't read at the high level of messengers that you do. So I have to discern a lot when they read me. Does that make sense?
Well, or they just are telling you what they instinctively feel without just taking a deeper breath, right?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
messengers
No, I
are
feel
all
so.
there for us. It's just a matter of them just choosing to just respond because they just want to have an answer. And that's really
Of course.
responding more with their personality than
Of course.
and
And
their
thank
connection.
you, by the way. I don't know, for some reason, I keep having dreams that you and I are doing counseling together, and you're showing me new things that you're doing in your center. And I
Oh.
always see in my dream, like a pink energy. I don't know what you're teaching me or showing me, but it's always something new.
Oh, well, beautiful, beautiful. Well, since I hail from a lot of pink Cadillacs and pink lipstick, it'd be perfectly fitting that I'd have a lot of pink colors all around me, Joey. Thank you so much for calling,
Thank you.
Joey, and have a good rest of your evening. Bye for now. Bye.
Bye.
888-565-1470. We're going to go to Largo. I have Heather on the line. Heather, how are you tonight?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great, Heather, and you are navigating some changes at this time, yes?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. The winds of change are upon you, and you may be feeling like you're being tossed around a bit, but this is the time for you to make choices that are not being driven by, this is what I am being forced to do, but choices that will make you feel good, Heather. What is your question for me?
My question actually is, my father passed away 14 years ago, and when he passed away, it wasn't a good thing. And I kind of have a little bit of regret of certain things I didn't say before he left.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to know if he's been around me more and if he's already crossed over.
Okay. Well, he's crossed over a long time ago, so he's most certainly not hanging out in the energy. So he's been
Okay.
checked into the spiritual hotel for quite a while. The first thing, you said left, you were left feeling a certain way, but I also get the sense that the word left also means that he just kind of left. He left a lot of things undone. Does that make sense to you, please?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Because as I first started to talk to you, I wrote the word left, and interesting, you said, well, I didn't like use the time that was left to kind of wrap things up. But here I have a man who was filled with his own battles, internal battles, and his own inability to express love in the way that perhaps you were viewing in a television and seeing it look a certain way, but that was not translatable in the family experience that you grew up in. Is that correct, please?
Yes.
Okay. Is there, hold on. There's a connection there's two conversations going on at once. So interestingly enough, the first thing that they're making me aware of is that there's a anniversary or birthday that's coming up, and they give me the number 4. Is April connected to Dad or someone, please, at this time?
No.
Okay. Number 4, what does number 4 have to do with Dad or you? Because he gives me the number 4. He's clearly coming from your father.
I don't know.
Okay.
He passed away in October.
Okay. But the number 4 has to do with your dad or your family. There's number 4. So when they hold it, and he's still holding the number 4, so he's not going back on that, please. So I'm just going to leave that with you, and I'm going to continue. I also feel as if in the passing, you didn't get to say anything that you wanted to, because I also feel like there was a great decline and a disintegration of him. Does this make sense, please?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And again, he goes back to 4, and then he gives me the number 3. Okay.
Well, the 3 is my birthday, November 3rd, but
Okay.
oh, 4 maybe because his
Yes.
birthday is the 14th. I don't know.
Okay, I'm not in a guessing game, so I'm just going to keep working with him because, so your dad did not really believe much in the afterlife as well, is what I'm getting. He didn't really feel that there was a real place that he was going. I feel like your father was afraid to pass. Does this make sense to you from what you know?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
And I actually feel as if when he had to shut down, Dad's mental state was not well through most of his life. Yes, was there a imbalance in the personality, please? Because he just seems so erratic to me. I'm not a doctor. I won't diagnose it officially, but it feels like that bipolar energy. Yes, we never knew what was happening. And was there addiction energy like alcohol, please? Because that's what it feels like to me.
When he was younger, yes.
Okay. So this is such the energy of who he is. Now, in this physical experience, now that he has continued on to the higher plane, I got to tell you, I see a man. You ready for this? I see a man who is in this light of relief, for lack of a better word, demons that walked with him, the tortured soul is at peace. I feel that the things that you have said to him out loud in your conversations with God and to him, for you have spoken out loud, correct? I feel as if he has heard this. And I'm also being given white flowers. And these white flowers represent the purity and the cleanse that he has received by being there. I also am made to feel as if you were not the only member in the family that he left things undone and unsaid. Is this also correct, please?
Yes.
Okay. How many in the family, please?
I have another sister and my mother.
Okay. So that must be the 3, okay, because there's 3 that he left undone. And he created much of a rift between your mom and him, most of the relationship, yes? And then he was not there, yes?
Correct.
Okay. What is that? Okay. So there's another woman who stands connected to you, Heather, who's on the other side, and she's around your father. So this is your father's mother. Your father's mother, your grandmother has passed. Is this also true, please?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yep,
And
3 years after him.
Yes, and so she... Interesting. Okay. So she makes me feel that she was not the easiest person as well, yes? And she reads like she was a prisoner in her experience. So I feel like the life that she led, Heather, she makes me feel as if the life that she led was one of difficulties, suffering, even almost some impoverished times at a point. And in this change, of her life, she really wasn't prepared to be the parent that she needed to be for your father. Whether you were aware of that story or not, you can check the facts, but this is what they're telling me. So they are rejoined and reunified in this soul connection of their soul family. I'm also made aware of, Heather, something having to do with a celebration that's coming. It is not your birthday, it is not something like that, but there's a celebration, something that we're celebrating, a celebration of, almost feels like life, or a celebrational party of a wedding or something. Is something coming up, please, for the family?
I honestly don't know. April's not really.
We're not talking about April. There's a party, a celebration, there's something coming, okay? So I want you, Heather, to just know that there's something to celebrate coming. He's showing me people, they're showing me, both of them are showing me people coming together and celebrating. What is your question for me besides a conversation of Father, please?
I just want, my question is I want to make sure he knew that I loved him, because we had our ups and downs, and I just wanted to make sure he was at peace.
He is at peace. He is at peace. He has rid himself of the difficulties of this physical embodiment. The transition was steady and clear for him. He had his work to do, but he is at peace. I see a man completely in the energy of this translucent light and peace.
Good.
You will see him in the dreams. He will come to you. He will come.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Heather. Is this your first time calling the show?
No.
Okay. Well, thank you for calling again. We greatly appreciate it. And I don't know, who's having a baby? Somebody's having a baby.
I have a friend that's having a baby.
Okay. Somebody's talking to me about a baby. There's a baby coming into the circle. Just remember there's a baby. We'll talk about it further in another time when you call, but there's some things coming up for you. But make the changes that make you happy, Heather. This is the time you need to set yourself free. Bye for now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye. 888-565-1470, and we're going to go to Connecticut. I've got Kevin on the line. Kevin, how you doing tonight? Hi, Kevin. You're live on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah.
Yeah, okay. My question is,
Yes.
like I think we've told you before, my mom passed away over 20 years ago, and my dad recently passed away.
Yes.
Do you feel that my mom is happy to see my dad again?
The relationship that they have here on Earth are not dictated by the relationship they have on the other side. So any conflict here on Earth is not quite the same. So I can assure you that she didn't hit him on the head with the kitchen pot, if that's what you're asking. Yes. Okay. Because I don't see that. I see this beautiful energy that joins them together. What is your question for me, Kevin?
Well, when my dad, I recently got a bunch of stuff from my dad, and in this couple boxes of stuff was a lot of old family photographs.
Yes.
And a lot of these people, I don't know, he like never spoke about. I mean, I met some of these people when I was very small, but then, poof, I never saw them again. And now I'm seeing these old family photographs, and I'm left trying to figure out, put names to faces.
Right.
And really, my question is, could my dad, maybe give me a little bit of guidance from the other side to help me figure out who these people are?
Well, I would need to be looking at the photo with you in order to do it that way, because I would need to connect with him by looking at it. But I do feel that your father disconnected himself from a lot of family members, not just the people in the pictures, but family members. Yes, please? There was a divide in the family at one point that you know of, Kevin?
Well, the divide he talked about once, or very scarcely, was that.
The question I ask you is simply for you to say yes. I don't want the story.
Because
I have another part of the story.
There was there was a divide in
because you're going to give me the versions, because it makes me feel like he stopped talking to a brother, or there's someone he was removed from who was male. Does this make any sense to you, please?
Yes, it does, actually.
Okay. So he's talking about a brother and being disconnected from a brother. So for sure, one of those people in the picture is a brother that you didn't really get to see or spend much time with after your childhood, okay? This is what he's showing me. I also feel as if the family at one point was very unified, and what you're looking at is extended family, not just direct bloodline relatives like brothers, sisters, okay? We have cousins, we have aunts, we have many people in the picture, yes? And you're looking at a picture that has about 12 people in it, yes, please?
Oh, yes, there is a photograph
With
like
about
that,
12
yes.
people, yes, okay. So, and a lot of those people were not active members of the family where they would spend a lot of significant time. Your father was a private person. He'd like to keep to himself, and he didn't want people knowing his business. Yes, please?
There were times he didn't want anybody to be nosy.
And he was a little more reclusive with things. Yes, he kind of kept to himself is how he shows himself. But your father can give you some guidance as you just listen and talk to him, and as you look at the pictures, just listen. You know, we all have this ability to connect to the other side, and we all have this ability to connect to someone when we just wait for the feeling that comes over us, Kevin. Okay?
Right.
Well, we've got to take a break for commercial, Kevin. I hope we've answered your question, and thank you so much.
Yes, you have.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. All right.
Thank you so much, Sarah.
You're welcome. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye. 888-565-1470. Stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back.
Interested in relieving tension, reducing stress, and revitalizing your energy? Call reflexologist Isabel Prado at 561-682-0954 to book your session. Reflexology of the hands, face, and ears improves circulation, the functioning of the nervous system, reduces fine lines and wrinkles, and leads to a glowing complexion. Experience what reflexology can do for you today. Contact Isabel Prado at 561-682-0954.
Have you ever felt alone, sensing something more is around you, but are unsure how to connect? Do you wonder if your loved ones who are deceased are among you? Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium who can connect you with your loved ones, spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. For Sarah, life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. To contact Sarah for a personal reading, call 561-682-0956 or send an email to Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can also visit www.sarahspiritual.com for more information. That's 561-682-0956 or sarahspiritual.com. Let Spirit and Sarah raise you up.
For the most extensive multicultural array of spiritual products, classes, and healing services in a comfortable and convenient setting, you must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in the Habitat Plaza in West Palm Beach. There you'll find the products, services, and spiritual development classes to help you bridge the gap between you and your spiritual connection. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Habitat Plaza, West Palm Beach. Call them at 561-682-0955 or online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. For yourself or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in the Habitat Plaza, Okeechobee Boulevard, West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit them on the web at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah and be in the energy of light. Call Sarah Spiritual now, toll free, worldwide, 1-888-565-1470. 1-888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, or Periscope.
here live on WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, and 96.9. And we are answering your questions all across the nation at 888-565-1470. Before I go back to the phone lines, I do want to take a question from Facebook and YouTube. So let's pop up some questions and see what we've got going on into Facebook and YouTube. We've got a YouTube question, and it is Cassia, and she says, I have a question to the spirit. When will I meet the man for serious and healthy relationship? She's like, when is my love guy coming into the picture? And the first thing that I'm made aware of, Cassia, is that this time is actually a very open, connected, creative time for you, and you're learning to make positive changes and live outside the confines and the boundaries of how life has been. You've made some changes in this past year. These changes begin to set you up to be in the right place at the right time to meet this said Mr. Wonderful. And I feel like 2022 is a committed year of relationships. So I do feel that we meet someone before the end of this year and that we have committed partnership and love that is, well, what you're looking for in this 2022 time. So sit back. Also, happy birthday. Your birthday just passed not too long ago. Celebrate you. Continue to be creative and live outside your confines of the box that you had yourself in routine, and you'll see someone wonderful is coming into your energy. Thanks so much, Cassia, for your YouTube question. We're going to pull another question from Facebook, and we've got Lisa Engel Franklin. Lisa Engel, she says, I'm wondering, am I finally, well, I'm putting a few extra finallys, going to meet my life partner? She says she was married for 22 years, and now she's divorced, and she's just wondering, what's the use in wondering? You are the magical manifester, and of course, you can create this partnership and attract. And it's interesting, the energy around you is so strong at this time. It is a year of great expansive consciousness, great expansive universal love and connections, and you are ready to expand your heart and your soul. And there's been hesitancy, there's been a step back, a resistance to bringing somebody into primary partnership in life. But you know what? You're thawing. You're starting to warm up. And as you warm up, this brings forth that energy. And I do feel that in these next 2 years, and I don't mean to make it sound a long way away, but between now and 2023, I really feel strongly that you will have the life partner and connection that you desire. We need to kind of get you out a bit and get you to connect with a few more people so that you can make this connection that you desire. Thanks so much, Lisa Engel Franklin, for your Facebook question. We're going to go to Fort Pierce on the phone lines. I've got Ken. Ken, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm doing wonderfully. Thank you so much, Ken, for coming to visit me at the Expedito Enlightenment Center. It's wonderful to have you there, and thank you for bringing your granddaughter to me. I greatly appreciate that.
I appreciate you seeing her.
Oh, it was my pleasure. And you know what? The universe worked it out perfectly for us. Ken, we'll have just a couple seconds, minutes before they wave me off to commercial. What's your question? How can I best assist you tonight?
Well, my question is, if I get any reading from my late wife and what the future here in this area is going to be for me with trying to start new friends and stuff here, and did I make the right decision in keeping my granddaughter here longer?
You did make the right decision in keeping your granddaughter there longer. It was right, and I really feel that your wife was very close to her during the time she was with you, and I feel like the two of you could almost feel her presence. And I get the sense that your wife is encouraging the energy of you stepping outside of your comfort zone and building some new friends. It's time for you to embrace where you've moved and increase connections, and know that when you go to sleep at night, it's almost as if you feel someone sitting next to you, or that sense, Ken, she's been right there with you. Trust that this love has never died. Although she's not with you physically, the light and the love that she gives you is always around. Thank you, Ken, for calling. I trust that we've been of some service to you tonight. I know we'll talk again. Thank you, and bye for now.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. Stay with us, everyone. Don't go away. You know, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope. Phone lines are open at 1-888-565-1470. That's 1-888-565-1470.
The other day I sat alone and I realized you're not here. I used to to pick up the phone and tell you how my day was. I miss you. I sit alone at times, wondering why you had to go. I really didn't want to see you leave. It happened too soon. I lost myself in tears. I lost myself in wondering. But now I just gotta get used to the fact that you're gone now. I just got to get used to. I won't hear your voice anymore. Oh, the things that I would tell you if you were sitting here now. I know we'd be laughing somehow, but I gotta get used to that you're not coming back to me. I gotta realize you're at peace on the other side. But there's something inside of me that's having trouble letting go. There's something inside of me that just doesn't want to know you're gone. But I've gotta get used to. I can't hold your hand anymore. I gotta get used to. I won't hear your voice anymore. But it's alright, I know you had to go. This time you did. And I don't want my tears to hold you back from wherever you're going to. But no, promise to that you're gone.
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Welcome back to the second hour of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussions to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. Spiritually Speaking with Sarah is presented by the Expedito Enlightenment Center in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. For the next hour, call in and watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope, and share love and light.
There's a land that shines down upon me, and there's a light that brightens up my day. There's a light leading the way. Oh, there's a light. There's a light. There's a light.
Yes, indeed, there's a light right here on WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, and 96.9. And we are answering your questions. Tonight is all about you on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. And, of course, we want to share this experience with you. And this is our 580th live show. We are counting up to 600 before you know it. So we are real excited to connect with all of you. 2 hours of conversation about spiritual things and answering your questions and helping you navigate life. Thank you, everyone, for your Facebook questions. We've got a class coming up on Thursday, April 8th, our soul contract class. So I hope you join us. It's going to be a really powerful class. The class is only $12. You want to understand the lessons you've come to learn and why you attracted some of the family members and the people in your life that you attracted. Well, that's an interesting story. I think we're going to have some people front row for that class. Front row. It's going to be interesting what you learn. And then we've got to go to Monday, April 12th. Can you believe it? Time is flying. And we're going to do our moon magic class. We're going to tap into the new moon. We're going to teach you how to use the new moon and the moon energy, the moon cycle, the lunar cycle energy to manifest, to create, and to release. You want to kind of chop some things away from your life? Then we've got a story for you for that in the moon. So while we're all howling at the moon on April 12th, I sure hope you join us live. And that class is only $11 live online for now until we get all of everything back in place for all of our in-person events. And then, drum roll please, if you have been looking to study more advancedly, we have our Spiritual Apprentice program. It's our spiritual mastery program that is coming back around. We do this, we've been doing it actually since 2013. And this program offers you the tools and the tips to really delve into the role of your spiritual journey and how to really connect and understand the meaning of your spiritual life. And this registration and more information is going to be available at sarahspiritual.com. In the meantime, hope you're joining our mailing list. Go to sarahspiritual.com, join the mailing list, and then we'll be sending out our next invitation for this very exclusive class. And there is a limited count on the class participation with that. So if you're interested, be sure to click the button that says I'm interested so that we know that we want to save a spot for you. And we've got a few other things coming up. My friend Stacy Holler is going to... Do you have Stacy Holler's? Give me Stacy Holler's class. My friend Stacy Holler is, we should have her slide, is going to be doing an introduction to astrology. So if you are interested in understanding astrology and understanding your charts, then we're going to be doing that class, and that class is coming up May. Oh, goodness gracious! Now I'm drawing a little happy blank here. So, because we don't have the thing in, so we'll get back to you on that one here. Stacy, someone text me, give me the date, because I don't have it in front of me, and we don't have the actual paper here in front of us. But Stacy's going to be doing an introduction to astrology. Be sure to look at that coming up. And Stacy will be on the show with us next week, and she's going to be joining us from Massachusetts. So she'll be calling in and telling us our spiritual update for the moon and the planets and the astrology that's coming in here. So hopefully we can get that slide to my producer, those of you who are listening, so I could have the information. Hashtag, that would be lovely. And then, drumroll please, I know that so many of you want to talk to your loved ones from the other side, and you know, we know that they're there, and we know that they're connected. And the song that we were just playing on the break, those of you who are not on radio and on Facebook and YouTube, there's a song of I gotta get used to the fact that you're gone now. And can we ever get used to that? I don't think so, but we are going to bridge that connection for you. And if you want front seats at this wonderful exclusive event that we're going to do for you on Zoom, we're going to be connecting to your loved ones on the other side. I'd love for you to be a part of my exclusive Heavens Gallery. We would love to connect you to your loved ones on the other side. And that is going to be posted on the website shortly. Be sure to join the mailing list so you don't miss that mailing. And that is going to be on May 10th. So we'll get back to you on Stacy's class coming up. I don't know why we don't have that little piece of paper in front of us, but we are going to go back to the phone lines. I've got Alima in New York. Hi, how are you? Alima? Hello?
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce your name?
Almina.
Almina. Okay, Almina. Good to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us. Is this the first time that you're calling into the show?
Yes, but I purchased some of her stuff, so yeah.
Wonderful. You've purchased some of our spiritual products that I make?
Yeah.
Ooh. Do tell me, what's your
Yeah.
favorite product? What are you just loving?
Well, I know there is a lot of jealousy, people around me that do me evil or harm, but it's still attacking me. So I want you to make something special, and I purchase it more,
So we want to kind of clear the energy of some other people's jealousy and things. Okay, so we'll follow up with you on that. But the first thing that I'm made aware of around you is that last year, 2020, was a really rough year for you. Yes, not because of what was going on in the world. You were going through a lot of changes, and I feel like everything got a little crazy for you personally. Is this true? Yes?
Yeah.
And I also feel like there's an opportunity that you're supposed to advance yourself for work, and it's almost like things are getting blocked and stopped and squashed.
Yeah.
Is that true? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like I told you.
Yes. Okay, so all of this is happening at work, and I'm feeling like you're not advancing. And the shift that I see coming for you, and I do see things shifting and changing for you, is something that kind of takes us towards the month of August. Around the time of your birthday, that's when things start to really feel better. But I feel like there are two people at the work environment that are almost gunning for you to make a mistake so that they can get you fired. Does this make sense to you? Okay.
I don't know. I'm not working now, so.
Okay. There's two people connected to you that are making sure that things are difficult for you. This is how they're showing it to me. You were working last year, please?
No.
Okay. There's someone connected to something with work that is kind of giving you a hard time. This is what they're making me aware of, all right?
Well, I applied for a job, but I didn't get no position yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and if there are people who know that you're not working and know that you want to advance yourself, I just feel like two people are trying to block your advancement for work and stuff. So this feeling stuck and stagnant has become very difficult for you. I also see here that there is work that you're going to receive. You're going to have some financial wellness. And I also feel as if that there's things going on in the personal family, in your family life, that there are people that you have to concern yourself with or care for. Does this make sense to you, please?
Yeah.
Okay. What is your other question for me? Because we will talk. I did write down a way to contact you. So we will contact you and work on helping clear the energy and recommend some items for you. But what is your other question for me, please?
Oh, so what about my husband? You know, like he don't really talk to me, like
Mm-hmm. What's his birthday?
His birthday is September 21st, 1994.
But I don't feel like he's happy with his life, and I feel like he's been working hard and he doesn't have enough to show for his movement forward. Is that also true? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. And what is this loss? He lost his job last year, please, or was on a break from work, please?
He was on a break.
Yes, okay. Things will turn around. I know that you two are not on the same page, but this is going to turn around for you. You know, I do think you're feeling a little bit out of sorts, but I also feel as if he's not happy where he is, and so he's not really communicating his feelings. As I tell you this, I want you to just remember to be patient, kind, and loving, and just trust that the angels have your back, and that this grandmother energy that stands above you as your mother's mother, your grandmother, yes, please. She sends you much love. She loves you. Yes, please.
Oh, yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for calling. All right. We will talk to you again.
Yeah, I hope I hear from you soon. So you can help me out.
All right.
Yeah.
Right. Did you message me on Facebook? Did you send me a message on Facebook or?
No.
Okay.
I can't remember. But let me ask you a question before you go.
Of course.
So how you think like I could control like the headaches and like like I having bad headaches now, like my eye hurting, my eye, my teeth, I don't sleep good.
Yes. A lot of times, did you go to the doctor? Because I'm not a doctor, I cannot diagnose you, but a lot of times it's a lot of sensitivity to energy as well. So we work on kind of clearing a lot of that, but please go to a doctor, a neurologist, someone who can assist you. Maybe there's some allergies that you have that you're not aware of. So check with your medical practitioner, and we will look at it in the spiritual perspective as well, okay?
All right. So I will send you a message in your email, and you will tell me what to buy,
Absolutely.
What you're going to think. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Is this your first time listening to the show? How did you hear about us?
On Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah. When I purchase the stuff, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us and following us on Facebook. Bye for now.
No,
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye. 888-565-1470. We're going to go to Rhode Island. I've got Dorothy on the line. Dorothy, I want to thank you for holding. I know you've been holding there for a while, Dorothy. How you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing wonderfully, Dorothy. Good to make this connection with you. Is this your first time calling?
No, second.
Second time. Well, we welcome you back. Thanks for calling again. What is your question for us, please?
Wanted to look at continued employment and finances.
And you've been on... Interesting.
I am currently working.
Yeah, you've been on a job, but I don't know that the job is making you feel appreciated, rewarded. I feel like there's a bit of stagnation there, but there's a hesitancy to try to make a change because you're in this position that you want to be grateful for the work that you do have. Is this also true, please?
Yes.
Okay. This year for you represents balance. Balance between the work, balance between the career, work, personal life, and your God connection. I also feel as if there is a role that you can receive in your continued work that is a different activity, a different daily activity for you that kind of make me feel like you're in charge of, I know we don't use paper anymore, but my spirit guides talk to me in terms of paper, like papers passing in front of you. Do you handle a lot of bits of information, Dorothy, please? Or do you handle a lot of different things, please?
Yes.
Okay. So as I get these papers passing by, I feel like there's another role that's a higher level of what you do that you can qualify for. Does this make any sense to you?
Yes, it does.
And they're reorganizing or restructuring something in the work environment. I would put my hat in the ring for this. You've got nothing to lose by expressing an interest in this next position, this next role, because you're more than qualified. And I think it'll keep you engaged and more active. I feel like there's a boredom, a sense of ho-hum of going through the motions, and a sense of stagnation in the current role. So if we can find a different role, this will, the word they give me is prolong the work environment. Spirit is making me feel, though, that you are getting ready to wind down how much longer you're going to work. This is something you're trying to figure out. Is that true? Yes?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It's coming, but it's not time yet, and you know that, and you know you
No.
don't have all your ducks in a row, yes?
That's right.
There's also a thought or an idea of some kind of move transition from where we live to the next spot. Is there a different version of home life that you're envisioning? Because I do feel there's a change coming for you.
Yes, it's very possible.
Yes. And this entertain this engaging connection of what could come for you in this next possibility, because I feel as if it will make you feel a little less stressed, and it'll give you a better balance in your life.
Yes.
Dorothy, I am so made aware that you are so loved from the other side, and I have this beautiful energy of your guides and your angels with you. I'm also being made aware of, this is kind of crazy. Who used to wear a house coat, please? What is that?
Yes.
Is that your mother, please?
Yes. And my sister.
Okay.
My sister.
So someone's talking to me. Do you still have one of their house coats, please? I was like, that's
Yes.
a weird thing.
Yes, I do.
You do, okay. They want you to know that they are with you, please. And
Thank you.
and they thank you for what you did for them. So you took care of one of them, or you did something for them, please?
Yeah,
Okay.
I took care of my sister.
Okay. So she's stepping forward and talking about her house coat. I guess you would understand that. And I don't know
Yeah.
if you recently were looking at that house coat or something, but she so wants you
I
to
had it
know.
on this morning.
You had it on this morning. Well,
Yeah.
I thank her for talking about house coats. I'm like, what's a house coat? But we'll go with it. So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
she's a trip, your sister, I got to tell you. And I know that the last days were not easy for her, but she wants you to know that she's okay. And
Okay.
thank you for taking care of her. And she also
Yeah.
thanks you for taking care of her. Why is she talking to me about it? Was there a dog or a pet or something that she was close to or something?
Yes, it was a dog.
Yes.
Her dog.
Okay. And did you help her take care of her dog for a while too, please?
There, when I was there with her, and then
Okay.
her son took the
Okay.
dog with him.
Okay, because she's talking about her dog. So, okay, thank you so much for that. So, this is such a powerful time for her to be able to connect with you. Sometimes you think she's with you, but you're not sure. So, I'm serving as evidence.
Yeah.
You put on her
Thank
house
you.
coat, girl, she's with
Yeah.
you. Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Dorothy. Thank you so much for calling in, and keep us posted. All right. Bye for now.
I appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate your saying that. Bye for now. Bye.
Bye for now.
888-565-1470. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. And then when we come back, we're going to go to Facebook. We're going to go to YouTube. We're going to answer your questions all across the nation. Pick up the phone. Join us. 888-565-1470. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. And that's me, Sarah Spiritual. Stay with us. Don't go away. You know we're going to be right back.
I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me?
Have you ever felt alone, sensing something more is around you, but are unsure how to connect? Do you wonder if your loved ones who are deceased are among you? Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium who can connect you with your loved ones, spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. For Sarah, life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. To contact Sarah for a personal reading, call 561-682-0956 or send an email to Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can also visit www.sarahspiritual.com for more information. That's 561-682-0956 or sarahspiritual.com. Let Spirit and Sarah raise you up.
Interested in relieving tension, reducing stress, and revitalizing your energy? Call reflexologist Isabel Prado at 561-682-0954 to book your session. Reflexology of the hands, face, and ears improves circulation, the functioning of the nervous system, reduces fine lines and wrinkles, and leads to a glowing complexion. Experience what reflexology can do for you today. Contact Isabel Prado at 561-682-0954.
You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah and be in the energy of light. Call Sarah Spiritual now, toll free, worldwide, 1-888-565-1470. 1-888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, or Periscope.
We're back here live on WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, and 96.9. And we are answering your questions all across the nation at 888-565-1470. And let's take a connection on Facebook. Who do we've got on Facebook? Huh? Margaret Lee. All right, I'm trying to organize my life, she says. I know I'm going forward, but others try to pull me back. This upsets me, but I'm strong and I keep moving. Well, first of all, Margaret, ain't nothing gonna break your stride. Nobody gonna slow you down. Oh no, you got to keep on moving. So the first thing I see here for you is that this year is really important for you to recognize the power that you are, the divine essence that you are, and to tune in to what you want to accomplish. I see as you systematically organize what you want to have as your next steps. I see it comes in a series of June, July, August, September. These 4 months are very important transitionary months that put you on the path of what you're trying to create for yourself, Margaret. Do not get distracted by other people being concerned and upset that you're popping out of the box. They kind of like you in the little jack-in-the-box they got you in, but you're popping out and you're stepping out, my dear, because this is your time. And when I spin you into the year of 2022, by goodness, it's going to be here before we know it. This is going to be a very strong year for you, solid foundation. I see changes in finances, work, and your personal life. So it is a major overhaul you're going through. Continue to move forward. Nothing's going to slow you down, Margaret. Thanks for your Facebook question. And we're going to take another question from Facebook before we go back to the phone lines and see who we've got on our lines. We've got Chantel Teresa. She says my birthday, and she gives me her birthday and her twin flame's birthday. We've known each other since we were 8 years old. Just want to know anything about us for our future. Interestingly enough, this year for both of you is a year of connection and transformations of your soul. And your twin flame is really going through some changes as far as transformation of their life, as far as the physical aspects. So each place that they go, everything that they do, they're really trying to find where they fit in. And the two of you have known each other because you were reincarnated in this soul embodiment so that you could understand and unconditionally love each other. I do feel as if there are some distractions and people around the two of you that try to create a rift between the two of you, but you have this bond that is going to transcend time. Let me know about this trip that I see, because I feel like there's travel for the two of you, and this is going to make a tremendous difference moving forward. Thanks so much, Chantel Teresa, for your Facebook question. We're going to go back to the phone lines at 888-565-1470. And I've got to get to Tammy. Tammy's in Connecticut. Tammy, how are you?
Doing, Sarah?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for calling.
And I want to thank you for seeing my daughter a couple of weeks ago when she went to go talk to you.
Oh, you're welcome. It was my pleasure to meet her. Lovely girl you have there. You did a good job.
Thank you very much.
Yes. And so, Tammy, what's your question?
I wanted to know if you see my brothers and my sister and my father on the other side at all.
Yes, we do.
Because my sister Janet's been giving me nothing but problems.
Okay. But your sister Janet is, well, she's like a McDonald's. No, she's like a Burger King commercial. Have it your way. So she likes to have it her way, okay? So you know her personality. You grew up with the woman. What's the problem? Right? When we know how they are, then don't take it personally. That is just who she is. But I actually feel like people are still squibbling and squabbling over things connected to your father, to your sister, like whatever the conversation is. It's like things are not settled in these passings of these individuals. Is that correct, please?
Correct.
Mm-hmm. And I also feel like the energy of your brother makes me feel as if he left too soon. Does this make sense to you? Something that was not anticipated, yes?
Yeah, which one? Daryl?
The brother who passed quickly, please. It was not anticipated.
Oh, Ernie.
Okay. He makes me feel like he left too soon, and he had a lot of unfinished business in his life. Is this also true, please?
Right.
Okay. Father's energy makes me very much aware that he wasn't always the most supportive person. Is this true?
Sometimes. He had a hard life.
He wasn't always there for you guys, correct?
Right.
Okay. He wasn't supportive. He makes me aware that if he knew differently, he would support it differently. He tells me he was not supportive in the time that you all were growing up. So you were a little bit unsupervised at times, yes? I also feel that as he was living his life back at the ranch, there was a lot of struggle going on between the brothers, the sisters, and the mother figure, yes, as well, please?
Mm-hmm. I didn't know anything about that. I believe so. I'm not sure.
Okay. They are with you, my dear. They are connected to you. And your sister says that you keep talking about her as if you don't understand. But what you need to understand is that your sister really wasn't happy with the choices that she made in her life. Is this true?
True.
Okay. And although we may not understand the story that is around the passing of your sister, this is also true, yes?
Right.
You must understand that she is at peace where she is.
Yes.
And don't look for the story. Just trust that she's at peace. The truth will come out behind the story. But the truth that your sister is most aware of now is that there were a series of choices that she made in her life that, although they served a purpose and they had meaning in the grander spiritual learning, by looking through the human eye, she didn't lead the best of lives and choices. So she's aware of that. And she is at peace with all the choices that she made in her life. Don't fight with your sister.
Yeah, you know how that is. It's hard to do when they think they know everything, you know.
Okay, but...
And I do talk to my sister at night, Sunday, and like... It's
and
hopefully she knows Janet's been the way she is the last.
But sweetheart, this is what I want you to understand. That she may see that, but it doesn't have the impact that it's having for you. So your sister on the other side hopes you know that you have to learn to not let it bother you.
All right.
You understand?
Yes.
She doesn't hold on to these emotions the way we do. She doesn't get triggered, to use a very popular word, the way you do. She is seeing it as the expression of your sister's personality and how she chooses to live her life. And you have the ability to discern how you interpret that in return, okay?
All right.
All right, my dear. They are with you. You are very much loved. Keep continuing to speak with them, and they will continue to give you signs that they are with you. Bye for
Okay,
now.
quick question. Is her son going to get better this year, or... I called a few weeks ago and we got cut off because we were at the tail end of your getting off.
Actually, well, you didn't get cut off. I said goodbye to you.
Yeah.
There's a big difference between cut off and saying goodbye because
Yeah.
we had to go.
I know.
You know, I don't see much progress around him, but it's just going to be another year that he has to navigate his changes.
All right, so that's going to
Take some time. Yes, that's up to him. Exactly.
Oh.
He's got to get on a better path. All right, Tammy, thank you so much for calling.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're
Sarah.
welcome.
You have a good night.
You too. Bye for now.
Okay, bye.
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 888-565-1470. We're going to go to B. B's in Fort Lauderdale. How you doing, B?
I'm great. Thank you so much for taking my call. You're awesome.
Oh, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate you saying that. And, you know, interestingly enough, I don't know if you know much about guides, angels, saints, and things, but your birthday is Joan of Arc's day. So Joan of Arc, that powerful being, is standing right beside you, not just because you're born on that day and the day that they associate with Saint Joan of Arc. I'm going to tell you that she's there kind of helping do battle for you. You're navigating some changes right now at this time?
Yes.
Yeah. So you got her, I know she got beheaded in the end, so that wasn't exactly a pretty ending, but she definitely knew how to lead people into battle and get the job done and get the war done. So you are trying to navigate the changes that you want, and you need to be your own advocate, your own voice box, and you need to make these changes in a timeline that is going to be appealing to you. When I look at the energy around you, the first thing that they make me aware of is that this year represents your personal power, your self-care, and love. Loving self enough to circle yourself with the people, and they're kind of building like this circle of everyone holding hands, and if people are not a good fit for you, this is your time to kind of cut it out. I also see you navigating some shifts in your finances, work, and business. Is this also true, please?
Yes.
Okay. And we're trying to recalibrate, re-navigate some choices in work and career. And my spirit guides say so that we're ready for what comes next for the second half of life. Is that true, please?
Yes.
Okay. And are we working on something that we're launching that's our baby, our business, our something? Yes, please?
Yes.
Okay. And this launch or push, as they make me feel, is something that you're going to do in these next few months. Really kind of focus your attention on that. Is that also true, please?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm also seeing a lot of, they're scribbling all around me. So, Jiminy Cricket, so you're writing notes everywhere, you got a lot going on, and trying to keep everything organized, please? Yes?
That's my head.
Oh, well, that's my head too, so I'm with you, okay? And I got voices in my head, honey, so try that. But when I move you forward, as I see this energy here, I feel like we've got to make a list, check it twice, and write it down so that you don't lose the momentum that you've been building since November of last year. This makes sense to you, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, when I move you forward in this June, July, August time, where I really feel like things really build for you, I'm really made aware of something that you also have to write. So is there something that you want to write, a book, an ebook, a something, please?
No, I haven't thought of anything.
Okay. There's something coming for you, so I just want you to jot that down, because Archangel Gabriel is handing me the pen, and when he hands me the pen, it lets me know that there's a writing of something for you, okay?
Okay.
I'm also seeing you as a spokesperson, a person who is speaking truth and trying to launch a different perception on people so that they can recognize something different in their life. Am I making sense to you still, please?
Oh, totally.
Okay. What is your question about the business, please?
Actually, it wasn't about business. It's actually about moving.
Okay. Let me see about that here. But we confirm what we said about business, and this is your confirmation. Perhaps Spirit is more concerned about you knowing you're on track.
Oh, great.
Scatteredness of what is the shadows of your brain. Jiminy Crickets.
Seriously, you don't even want to go there. It's scary.
It is scary. I don't know how you sleep. When I look at the energy of move, I don't see that just happening just yet. I feel like not everything's in order for that.
Okay.
And
I was thinking of moving to like Daytona or like St. Augustine or something like that. I'd change the energy.
You do have to change the energy, but it's not time yet.
Okay.
October opens you up for a better time then.
Okay.
You have to, if you start moving, you're going to lose your focus. Remember what we said earlier, don't lose your momentum. So this move will happen, but we've got to let some of this year pass so that you get this going and you have the power that you're looking for, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you so much, Bea, for listening to the show and following us. I greatly appreciate you, and I trust I've been of service to you.
Oh, you're wonderful. Thank you so much. And thank you for sharing all my information with me. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. My pleasure. Bye
Blessings,
for now.
honey.
Bye-bye. 888-565-1470. We're going to go to Ada. Ada is in Texas, deep in the heart of Texas. Ada, how are you doing tonight?
Hi, Hi, how are? I was going to say hi, Texas. Hi, I love listening. As you know, I love listening to your program. I always listen to it.
Thank you.
Love you. I have a question for one of your future classes. Is there any way that you could ever do a class on energy and aura?
We do touch on that in different classes, but I most certainly can add that to our list of classes that we can teach specifically on energy and aura. When we did a lot of our spiritual cleansing classes, we talked a lot about the aura, but I definitely can do it, and thank you for the suggestion. We will add it to the lineup. Just keep Sarah Spiritual hopping, baby, that's for sure. But yes, we can definitely do that, Ada. That's a great suggestion. Thank you for that.
Yay! I wanted to get that out of the way first because I really look forward. I'm always looking for it, and I'm like, okay, maybe if I tell her, it'll happen.
Of course it can happen. Of course, yes.
Energy that you see around me, any successes hopefully coming forward, because I seem to take one step forward, then I lose the momentum, and then I go, and what spirits are around me?
Okay, first of all, someone or something, legal papers, court, we got something going on in court, please?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Wait, what is that? Documents, papers, yes, please, yes. So the first thing that steps forward is we're kind of settling out these legal papers, these documents, there's things that have to be done, right? So this is something that needs to be moved forward and out of the way. The next thing that I see around you is I see this beautiful color of blue around you, working on your throat chakra, your communication. You've been working on speaking your truth and being authentic in your words, yes? This is also true, yes?
Yes, right, yes.
And there's beautiful energy of blue, and they also talk to me about healing. They tell me you've been doing some physical body healing. Archangel Raphael steps forward and makes me feel as if we've been working on something in the muscles and the bones and the ligaments and things where you're suffering from some inflammation, is what they make me feel. Yes, please?
Not quite.
Okay.
No, not that way. I'm working on my meditation and on my peace and on just coming to terms
So
with
hear
this
what
life.
I'm saying, because I need you to hear me. Archangel Raphael steps forward. You know, I love when people go, oh, no, and I'm like, oh, come back with me, little girl, because over here I have Archangel Raphael talking to me about, and you need to pay attention to, your bones, your muscles, your ligaments. Maybe you're not taking the right vitamins, calcium, whatever you need. I'm seeing inflammation in the joints and in the body. And Archangel Raphael is working on healing with you, because I see the healing, and as I scan your body, as this is what I'm able to do, I scan your energy, I see the pockets of gray, and when I see the pockets of gray, I then see this green energy of light around you, and I have the energy of Archangel Raphael around you. So it's something for you to pay attention to. If you're not aware of it the way I'm seeing it, then this is often a good thing. That means that I'm catching it before it really activates. Now, the other thing they're making me aware of is, what is that, please? So there's a female energy connected to you. A lot of support on the loved ones on the other side. You also have an Indian spirit guide that walks with you. Your Indian spirit guide is helping you with these meditations, with your learning of herbs and healing and things that you've been delving into and interested in. Yes, please? And there's a journey or a trip that your Indian spirit guide is going to take you on. So if you were feeling like you were going to go to a road trip or go to another area or go somewhere outside of Texas in the car, this is what I see. I feel like there's a journey here. This Indian spirit guide is here to guide you. Has been with you since the age of 9. So if you go back to the age of 9, whatever the move or the change was that you made at that time, this is how they make me feel. They make me feel as if your Indian spirit guide began to take you on your adventure. So I don't know if there was a move, a change in a school. You'd have to play back the tape there, but that's when this Indian spirit guide stepped into your life. Now, there is a woman who stands on the other side. She makes me aware that she stands in the maternal place. She feels more like a mother energy, Ada, than a grandmother. Is it your mother passed, please?
No, but no. My mom's here.
Okay, so grandma passed?
Grandma passed, but I have an aunt that was like a mother
to you. Okay, because this one stands in a maternal energy here. So let me work with her because she seems to be very close to you, connected to you, makes me feel as if she had her own way of acknowledging God and the Creator and the energy, please. Am I making sense to you, please? Her energy seems more, I don't know, I don't want to say rigid religious, but more religious. Does this make any sense to you with your aunt, please?
Catholic, yes.
Okay, yeah. So more spiritual religious without being over the top here. She also, what is the month of summer, July have to do with you or your family, please? Who has a birthday anniversary in the month of July, please?
Nothing that I know of in July.
Okay. Save that for you because she's talking to me about the number 7, the month of July here. She's very clear to me in that. So she's making me aware of that. Your aunt has also been coming to you in the dream state, yes? You remember your dreams, Ada, or in your meditative state, in your visualization, please, yes?
I saw my mom, but I did not see my aunt. I think I feel my aunt.
You feel your aunt. You sure you saw your mom? Well, work on that, because your aunt is coming through to you, and I don't know if maybe you saw, but you really was your aunt, because your aunt makes me feel like she's coming to you in the visions, in the dream state, in the vision state, okay? When your aunt shows herself to me, the way she's presenting herself, which makes me feel like she's evolved on the other side. Her faith served her well. She's very evolved. She's in something that's very long and flowing here. It's just very, almost like a very flowing nightgown or dress that is just very flowing, which I do not believe is her regular outfit for her life. So for her physical life, she has shed a lot of the physical life, and when she's in the spiritual energy here, she has this very flowing feel around her, very light-hearted spiritual energy around you. She is with you, Ada. She steps forward just so that we can acknowledge her maternal place in your life, and she does want you to know that she's with you.
Perfect.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ada, for listening to me and connecting to us this evening. We trust we've been of service to you, and we will do our best to get that class on our roster coming sometime in the June month. All right?
Thank you. Perfect. Thank you so much, Sarah.
You're welcome. Bye for now. Bye. 888-565-1470. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. And then when we come back, well, we're going from Texas to Colorado. So stay with us, everyone. Don't go away. Let's see who pops up over here. We'll be right back.
Do you know me? Do I know you? Have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me?
Interested in relieving tension, reducing stress, and revitalizing your energy? Call reflexologist Isabel Prado at 561-682-0954 to book your session. Reflexology of the hands, face, and ears improves circulation, the functioning of the nervous system, reduces fine lines and wrinkles, and leads to a glowing complexion. Experience what reflexology can do for you today. Contact Isabel Prado at 561-682-0954.
Have you ever felt alone, sensing something more is around you, but are unsure how to connect? Do you wonder if your loved ones who are deceased are among you? Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium who can connect you with your loved ones, spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. For Sarah, life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. To contact Sarah for a personal reading, call 561-682-0956 or send an email to Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can also visit www.sarahspiritual.com for more information. That's 561-682-0956 or sarahspiritual.com. Let Spirit and Sarah raise you up. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah and be in the energy of light. Call Sarah Spiritual now, toll free, worldwide, 1-888-565-1470. 1-888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, or Periscope.
And we are back here live on WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, and 96.9. And we are answering your questions, but we've got a few more things to share with you. We're going to get back to our wonderful event with Stacy Holler. We've got a fabulous connection with Stacy coming up on the 30th of April. You want to learn about astrology, you want an intro to astrology, you want to understand your chart? Well, Stacy's got some very valuable information. We'll be posting that on the website soon, but mark down the date, save the date. We are going to be taking registrations for what's going to be a fabulous class, the intro in astrology. And you know we're not going to stop there. We've got a lot of building blocks on this wonderful ticket. So please stay with us. Look for these next announcements for this fabulous class on April 30th. And then, well, we've got a little Saturday night party. So I hope you're going to join me Saturday night. We're going to party it up. Helena and I, we are going to be live on our Facebook and our YouTube. So join me Saturday night at 8:08 p.m. We're going to be doing some fun. Not our Sunday Fun Day because we've been doing it on Saturday nights for now. And we're going to just be hanging out with all of you, giving you messages and just sharing the love, sharing the light, and kind of celebrating that we are springing forward in a new time. And this is the time for you to seize the opportunities to create what you want. And we are going to be right there with you and giving you messages from your angels, your guides, and doing a collective card reading for all of you. That's where I take out all my different card decks and we pull out some information and share it with everybody and answer some specific questions, much like we did here for some of our Facebook friends during our live national radio show. So thanks everyone for following us. Save the date this Saturday night. If you're hanging out and prepping for the holiday weekend, then please join us at 8:08 p.m. live on Facebook and on YouTube. Be sure to follow Sarah Spiritual on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. We're going to go back to our phone lines, and we're going to go to Isa. And Isa is in Colorado. Isa, how are you?
I am doing great, Sarah. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good taking my call.
You're welcome.
You're awesome.
Good to connect with you. I'm glad we're able to make a connection. I know we have some other connection to make as well, but what is your question for me tonight?
My partner and I had a really serious falling out, basically from one day to the next, and I'm just wondering if it's something that we're going to be able to overcome and find our way back together again.
Can I have his birthday, please?
His birthday is December 1st, 1976.
You know, sometimes we can't take back what we say, yes?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I also feel like there's been a build-up that's been leading up to this, and I'm going to spin you back, and I'm going to take you back to January of this year. Were we a little bit at odds on January time, please?
No, we were doing great. We met in November, and we were doing fabulously up,
so listen
up until
so you think.
We had just met. Yeah, I mean, as far as I know, we were doing great.
Okay, so here is somebody who's a bit of a free spirit. Doesn't really like to adhere to the way other people perceive life to be. They had to kind of go to the beat of their own drum. But I feel like there was a lot of, I'm going to use this word, the phrase, eyes on you. So I feel like there was some interference in this relationship and something started to go sideways in January. It might have been closer to the end of January. But it's kind of and he's the person who remembers things and kind of holds things, but I actually feel like there was some trouble started, and this is why I know you and I are going to have a private session, but I feel like there's a disruption from an outside person or an outside story, so it's more than just the conflict that you had in front of each other, okay? And there's a root in not feeling secure in the relationship now all of a sudden, correct? And I don't mean just because we're on bad terms, but you're questioning things all of a sudden. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay. And in his mind, there's nothing to question. So there's more conversation to be had on this subject, all right? But do I see the two of you coming back together? This is going to take some time because when both of you were talking to each other, a spirit tells me, neither one of you were really hearing each other, and you heard what you thought you heard, and I'm going to assure you, you both heard two stories out of each other's mouths that wasn't even the words that were coming out. So this is why I feel like almost it was like a Mercury retrograde moment where everything just got twisted like a tornado, and before you know it, the house was thrown upside down, and you were almost landing on the bad witch, right? But
That's exactly how it felt, yeah.
Okay. So I feel like there was like a thunderbolt of energy that kind of tossed in and kind of hooked into both of your insecurities, led to this conversation that was, the word they give me is hurtful, and now we're divided, we're apart, we're disconnected, we're not on the same page, and the communication is like, bleh, right? There's nothing, right?
Right. How do I fix that? Can it be fixed?
That's what we're going to talk about in the reading, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So hang on. The life preserver's coming. In the meantime, no contact, chill, just be cool, and we're going to let the universe and the angels know and pray to Archangel Michael for protection and to cut away the cords of miscommunication. Ask both of your guardian angels to help you both soften your hearts and hear the truth, and then you and I will communicate in the very near future. All right?
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Thank you so much. Bye for now.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
If you'd like to have a personal session with me, Sarah Spiritual, so we can navigate your life changes or perhaps your business or something in the career, or maybe there's some family drama. We've heard about that. Or maybe, just maybe, we want to talk to our guides and our angels. Well, I've got a session for you. Go to sarahspiritual.com, go to the sessions page, and check out the different sessions that I offer that can assist you on your spiritual journey. I want to thank everyone who's joined us here for this 580th live show here with all of you. We are counting up to what's going to be our 12-year anniversary. We're celebrating you tonight, and I thank you all for joining us. If you're free Saturday, pop on Facebook and YouTube and cheer us on and hang with us. We're going to have some laid-back, fun, collective readings for everyone and individual ones as well. Follow the classes and join us as we expand consciousness throughout the world. Thank you. Good night. God bless you. And I am Sarah Spiritual.
There's a light.
This has been Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. You can hear and speak with Sarah Spiritual every Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. Each week, Sarah Spiritual and Spirit answer your most important questions as you navigate life. Listen and call in next week and let Spirit guide you. If you didn't have a chance to speak with Sarah Spiritual tonight, visit Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can message Sarah Spiritual at Facebook and follow her on Instagram. Tune in next week for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.